My god, am I disappointed with what's going on right now? It is honestly so bad with what's happening right now in the VTubing community. I thought I'd never have to release a video on this, but after what Ninja Sanji has done, it honestly, I can't not say something. And I want to weigh my opinion on it because this actually might honestly be some of the worst I've ever seen in my life. Now, again, I will state what anyone else has ever stated that's covered this. Do not send hate to people. But this has to be some of the worst I've ever seen in my life. And I feel bad for every party involved. Because I say that everything that's going on now is basically a gun to your head situation. I refuse to believe it's any other way now. After what I've seen from the statements that released last night. Specifically at the same time that Doki started her stream. And that actually is like one of the worst things I've ever seen. How can you justify that? She was meant to play a game and, well, obviously didn't now. Apparently. Well, she did, but not for very long. And the worst thing is her lawyers foresaw this happening as well. That they'd come out and try and go against her. And, you know, the fact is they're using their talents and didn't do it themselves. Which makes it even worse. And I thought I'd wager my opinion on it because if anything is being said that is true, Ninja Sanji is done. I mean, they were done anyway after everything that happened to begin with, but this has got so much more worse than anyone could have imagined. And I can't believe it. How everything has happened. This might honestly be one of the worst situations in the VTubing community ever, I think now. And what makes it worse is it all relates back to Zion. And she got attacked, or shall we say now I can't even say her name today, Sayu, right? That she is still being attacked, but she was right all along. And I'll explain more in a minute. But I'll show you some tweets from Doki and then the tweets that were made from Ninja Sanji. And I'll show you how bad they are. As you can see from the tweet from Doki, it says that the documents were never supposed to be shown to anyone other than her lawyer, and other relevant lawyers in the case. It was a private document with my own personal information and was used as a legal document to help my lawyer and document my thoughts, plus was never supposed to be released anywhere else to any other parties outside of the legal department. It makes me wonder if my medical and hospital records was also released without my consent, and that was also promised to me to be kept private. Now, what she's suggesting here is that, and this is true. It's not even like an if it did happen because of the clips from the Ninja Sanji members that address this situation, that her documents were leaked, and it's a scumbag move because basically these were never supposed to be shown to the talents. So what Ninja Sanji has done here is they've broken NDA. Well, their own NDA, and tried to paint her to be the bad guy, even if what the talent said, such as Vox said, is true about her, that doesn't justify, one, her almost offing herself, to put it in light terms, because, you know, YouTube's a bit funny, and two, this being disclosed to them because they're not involved in the court case. Now, what I've seen other things from Twitter is that people are now saying that this outs them, three specifically that were involved, so Ike, Vox, and Ella, I think her name is, if that's how it's pronounced. It's outed them three as the bullies to her. Which has now posed more issues for Ninja Sanji, because in total over the last, I think, week or so, they've lost over 146k between all the members. And it has got far, far worse. And they are trying to say that, you know, she's in the wrong, but yet they're doing everything wrong themselves. There's a second tweet that she then followed up with this, suggesting, you know, that her medical documents weren't leaked. Like, it was just why she was hospitalised. But even then, this should not be being leaked at all. And this has to be some of the worst things ever to try and protect the company. But then why throw those three under the bus that are supposedly her friends? It doesn't make sense to me. And from a business standpoint, that's even worse, because even if you're supposed to be saving face for your company, you've kind of just shot yourself in the foot, kind of thing. And Twitter didn't take too kindly to either to the statements, by the way. Editors note that this is a theory, so take this next part with a grain of salt, because this might not be true. What they've done is, as well, from what I've seen from videos and that, is they've tried to use this as a distraction tactic to try win the court case. But judging from what I've seen from what someone commented on a YouTube video, is that by law, they'll lose because of this. I'll explain more in a second. As you can see by the comment, it's not only did they release a scripted video slandering Doki, as the comment says, they also breached their own NDA, showing documents that were supposed to only be shared between the legal teams. They involved 3 parties that are possibly guilty of bullying and now breaking the NDA. They are also using the talent as meat shields, and instead of doing it on their own channel, they did it on they did it on Alira's channel, which makes no fucking sense. They slandered, they continued to slander Doki, apparently by her frame recording Vox apparently is illegal, even though in Canada it's not. They said it's up to the... Apparently having the goal to up to the lawyers after spending 15 minutes admitting to NDA, PIPEDA and APPI, Canada's and Japan's versions of HIPAA, outing Ina, Millie and Alarum, Vox as possible parties for Doki's mistreatment. And also, not only that, they've also committed a crime because, according to those things, only very few select people should be allowed to view a patient's medical records. So, what they've basically done is, you know, they've done something illegal now. They've brought parties into it that shouldn't be involved, which is the 3 talents, Vox, Alaria and Ike. And plus, it's now put the blame on others too. Ike maybe being the only one that isn't actually to blame for the bullying. However, it's all up in the air as is anyway. But the violent in the NDA and then the PIPEDA and APPI thing, that's... If Doki decides to sue for this, she has a case to stand on with that alone. Because, you know, the talents should not have seen her thingy at all. And it's a fucking piss take that they saw it. Anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting here, but I hope you guys did enjoy it. I know it's different to what I normally do, but I could not cover this because of what was going on. Basically, they're also trying to say that she had no reason to try to commit suicide, which has been proven false now. And it's bollocks. Basically, everything they said is bollocks. And what sets me off is about the she had no reason to commit suicide thing. Because I've seen cases and my own personal experiences prove that that's always bullshit. So, you know, it hurts. It really does hurt. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, and as I said before, don't send hate to anyone, please, because your point becomes null and void if you do. Anyway, I'll catch you lads on the next one, and Stay safe. Have a good night.